From 1969 to 2022, mother, actress, writer, director, creator, and believer. Live in love. And she died of a brain injury and severe burns after a fiery car crash. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Well, I am here at Hollywood Forever here in Los Angeles, California. We're gonna walk and see what we can see and find some celebrities, and I've never been here before, so I am kind of at a loss. So we're just gonna wander and see what we can see, like I said, and let's go. This pond area is just gorgeous. It's got all kinds of wildlife around here swimming. And here is that. Wow, that's huge. Can't believe it. So let's go back across the bridge here. Get out to the main road and see what we could find. Oh, there's turtles on that rock out there even. I'll probably be looking up the map of this place too, but so far it's gorgeous. First up, we've got Douglas Glenn Colvin. He was known as Dee Ramone. He was an American musician. He was the bassist and founding member of the punk rock band The Ramones. I'm sure some of you guys out there are into the Ramones. There's a few of their songs I like as well. Look at all the visitors he's had, the lip marks all over his stone. September 18th, 1951 to June 5th, 2002. And it says at the bottom here, Dee Ramone. And there's liquor bottles and beer, and looks like cigarettes, guitar picks, all kinds of stuff here. Man, this place is gorgeous so far. But this stone structure over here looks very interesting. Wow, this is beautiful. In memory of William Lyons, 1917 to 1990, and then his wife, I guess, is Mary, 1918 to 1990. This is the grave of Bianca Halstead. She was born 1965, died 2001. And she was the lead singer and bassist for the band Betty Blowtorch. And the story goes, she was killed in a car accident after a show in New Orleans, Louisiana, while riding as a passenger with a drunk driver. Another musician. Gone. This one was really gone before her time. But that's her grave, her stone. It's kind of in an awkward spot. That is the stone. They have a guitar on it. As you can hear all the racket going on in the background, they're here trimming trees. Of course, on the day that I'm here. But they're trimming the trees back and everything over here. I'm gonna try to get away from all that noise. I do apologize for that. And here we have the final resting place of Burt Reynolds. Famous actor. He was in awesome movies like the Smokey and the Bandit movies, the Cannonball Run, Sharky's Machine, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, Stroker Ace. I mean, the list goes on and on. Heat. I loved the Smokey and the Bandit movies when I was a child. And I still do to this day. But this is his stone. For a while there, he just had a simple marker. And then recently, they just put this stone with a bust of him here. He was born on 2/11/1936, died 9/6/2018. There's pictures here of him at the base. What was your favorite Burt Reynolds movie? It's kind of a tie. Smokey and the Bandit or the Cannonball Run. I love the Cannonball Run as well. And it says he played football at both Palm Beach High School and Florida State University before an injury cut his football career short. Wow, I knew about the football stuff for sure. I always heard about he was a football player as well. It was a beautiful stone. Here is Virginia Rappe, 1895 to 1921. She was born in Chicago to a part-time chorus girl, Mabel Rappe, and an unknown father. Her mother added E to her surname to avoid being mentioned in the newspapers about the check forgery ring in which her mother was associated with. Which it was under that name she became a successful commercial model in Chicago department stores. At the time of her death, Virginia was best known as the face on the sheet cover music of Let Me Call You Sweetheart, a popular song of that time. She won an award as Best Dressed Girl in Pictures, and she came to know Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle, who had worked at Keystone with her fiancé Henry Lerman. She, along with Maud Delmont and Al Summinger, went to a party thrown by Arbuckle on Labor Day 1921. By Friday of that week, Virginia had died in the hospital, and Arbuckle was charged with her murder. The first two trials ended in hung juries. Roscoe was finally acquitted in March 1922 in the third trial. He was acquitted with an unprecedented apology from the jury. No one ever really knew what happened that day in 1921. All that is for sure is that Virginia died in the hospital on Friday of the injuries she suffered at that party. There's her stone. And there's a picture of her. Hollywood Scandal. And I guess that was her significant other right there, Henry Lerman, 1886 to 1946. Here is the final resting place of actor and comedian Don Adams. He is best remembered for his role of Agent Maxwell Smart in the 1960s television comedy Get Smart, for which he won 3 Emmy Awards. He was also the voice of television cartoon characters Tennessee Tuxedo and Inspector Gadget. And he had a long list of accomplishments in his life. And in World War II, I had also read that he served in the Marine Corps. That's Don Adams. Maxwell Smart, Inspector Gadget, Tennessee Tuxedo. He was born April 13th, 1923, died September 25th, 2005. So his beloved father, husband, and grandfather proudly served his country during World War II in the Marine Corps, comedian, poet, philosopher, movie buff, and never late for post time. A tough but sensitive man with a sentimental heart and a passionate soul. He touched our hearts as Maxwell Smart, Secret Agent 86 in the 60s classic TV series Get Smart, and filled the world with laughter that will forever be remembered. And at the bottom it says, "Would you believe?" I'm out here by the mausoleum. I'll do a full mausoleum tour later, but I'm looking for the final resting place of actress Anne Heche. She was in the movies like 6 Days, 7 Nights, Donnie Brasco, Supercell, Volcano, The Girl in Room 13, the 1998 remake of Psycho, and John Q, just to name a few there. And she was a television actress as well, from what I read. But I know her final resting place is somewhere around here. There's a lot of people, so I kind of ran through her list of credits real quick, just away from the general public, because I don't want to disturb anybody. She was invited to audition for a role in the long-running CBS soap series As the World Turns, and 2 years later, after her initial audition, she was again offered a role on NBC soap opera Another World, and she was on there for 4 years. To name some of her TV credits as well. From 1969 to 2022, mother, actress, writer, director, creator, and believer, live in love. And she died of a brain injury and severe burns after a fiery car crash on August 5th, 2022. And here we have the final resting place of Mickey Rooney, a famous actor. He's got a long list of accomplishments. 1979, The Black Stallion, Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July, The Fox and the Hound, Bill on His Own in 1983, It Came Upon the Midnight Clear, 1984, The Care Bears movie, 1985, Bluegrass, 1988, Home for Christmas, 1990. I mean, the list goes on and on of his movie credits. I remember him well as a child. Here's his picture. September 23rd, 1920 to April 6, 2014. One of the greatest entertainers the world has ever known, Hollywood will always be his home. He was a 2-time recipient of a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He was married 8 times, which included brief unions with actress Ava Gardner, his first wife, and Martha Vickers. Mickey Rooney was estranged from his 8 surviving children when he died of natural causes at age 93 in 2014, with an estate valued at only $18,000. So it sounded like, his fame and fortune, he enjoyed it. It sounds like one of the greatest actors of all time. Down there's the final resting place of Douglas Fairbanks Jr. and Sr. actors, famous actors. We're gonna go down there and take a closer look at everything. I'm speaking a little low just because there's people around, so I'll try to do the best when I edit this video to turn up the volume. But it's got this big, long, beautiful stretch of water, and at the end is the final resting places of the 2 gentlemen. Beautiful over here. Wow, it's a picture of a senior with Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin, it looks like. And there's their names. It's etched lightly, and it's all white. But it says Douglas Fairbanks, 1883 to 1939, and Douglas Fairbanks Jr., 1909 to 2000. And they're here inside this. Like that hole is stopped up though with some stone, it looks like. And all this pond they have right in front of it. Front it says, "Good night, sweet princes, and the flights of angels sing thee to thy rest." So Douglas Fairbanks Sr., he was born Douglas Elton Thomas Ullman in Denver, Colorado. His father was a prominent New York attorney who had mining interests in the Rocky Mountains and relocated to Denver in 1880. His father loved the theater and took him to his brother Robert to the theater, sometimes taking them backstage to meet the cast. His first memories as a child were happy ones, but soon all would change. His father was an alcoholic, and his drinking increased after he moved out west. He soon abandoned the family and went back to New York. He was only 5 when his father left, but he was devastated. Watching alcohol destroy his father's life made him abstain from alcohol for most of his life. By the time he was 11, he took to the stage doing amateur theater in the Denver area. By his teens, he had become an actor in high demand. For that reason, he dropped out of high school, never finishing his senior year. In 1900, he moved to New York seeking fame on Broadway. He took odd jobs until his debut in 1902 as Florio in The Duke's Jester. In 1907, he married Anna Beth Sully, and they had a son in 1909 named after Douglas. He struggled to make a living on the stage and could hardly provide for Beth and their son. In 1914, he signed with the Triangle Film Corporation and arrived in Hollywood in 1915. By the late teens, Doug was such a popular actor that he was able to form his own production company in 1917. While on a war bonds tour with Mary Pickford and Charlie Chaplin, he fell madly in love with Mary. Their romance was one of Hollywood's best-kept secrets, as both of them were married at the time. In 1920, they divorced their partners and got married. He also released his first action film, The Mark of Zorro, and it was a tremendous success. By 1927, he knew that his time at the top was coming to a close. At 44 years old, he could no longer take the roles of swashbuckler or romantic hero. He then focused his attention on furthering the motion picture industry. He still found time to make films during this period, such as The Gaucho, 1927, Iron Mask, 1928, and Reaching for the Moon, 1931. He and Mary also made one picture together, Taming of the Shrew, in 1929. The film was a disaster. This signaled the end of their marriage. They were divorced in 1936. Within months, he married his longtime mistress, Lady Sylvia Ashley. His health had also begun to fail him, and he began to experience heart problems. The final years of his life were spent in quiet retirement at his home in Santa Monica. Doug Jr. was the first husband of Joan Crawford. He appeared in 1927 stage play that proved to his detractors that he was indeed a talented actor and not just the son of Douglas Fairbanks. Doug Jr. had a pleasant voice which further helped his success with the advent of talking pictures. During the 1930s, acted in popular films like The Dawn Patrol, Little Caesar, 1931, Morning Glory, 1933, and Mimi, 1935. His biggest films of the 1930s were The Prisoner Azenda, 1937, The Rage of Paris, 1938, and Gunga Din, 1939, which also starred Cary Grant. After his father passed away in 1939, Doug Jr. extended his activities into politics and served his country. He helped organize the Hollywood branch of a committee designed to give aid to the Allied cause during World War II. In 1940, he was appointed by President Roosevelt as an envoy for the special mission to South America. In 1941, he was commissioned as a Navy lieutenant. In 1942, he was chief officer of operations. In 1943, he was involved in the Allied invasion of Sicily. His success continued through the 1960s, where he appeared on Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, the United States Steel Hour, Dr. Kildare, and on the game shows Password and I've Got a Secret. During the final phase of his career, he appeared on The Love Boat and in the film Ghost Story, 1981, where he co-starred with film veterans Fred Astaire, Melvin Douglas, and Patricia Louise Neal. He published 2 autobiographies, The Salad Days in 1988, A Hell of a War in 1993. During his lifetime, Douglas Fairbanks Jr. acquired numerous accolades and military humanitarian awards and is still held in high esteem and considered one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. In 2000, his death was reported on the front page of the Times in London, and Buckingham Palace expressed its condolences on his passing. There's a little bit on senior and junior there. This is a beautiful grave area. Part of Hollywood elite. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to get out of the sun for a minute. It's getting kind of hot now and I've been walking around out there for a while. I got some water in the car, so we're going to drink some water and take a break and film some more videos. So thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon. Therefore you can be notified of all of my future uploads, guys. It was a pleasure, and more to come. Talk to you later.